Burger King wants to help pay off your student loans. Burger King, yes, the massive international burger chain is offering to pay off portions of people's student loans, and it's actually complete and total BS. It's just another stupid woke-washing corporate nonsense where they're playing up to issues that make millennials feel bad so they can make money. Because is Burger King really going to pay off your student loans? Kind of. It's a contest where they might give you up to $500. Why are they giving you $500, paying your student loans? Because that's the buzzword they need to use to get attention from millennials who have student loan debt. Once again, corporations don't care about you. They don't care about you. But I do have another story I want to talk about. I believe we need some kind of student loan forgiveness program. I absolutely do, and we'll explain the nuance. I don't think it should be like outright pay off all the loans for everybody, but maybe like freeze interest or something, because I feel like these loans are predatory and it actually drives people to be socialist and communist. Simplest way to explain it is, if you're a young person and 30-40% of your paycheck is going to your loans, you're living under a boot. You feel like you're constrained. You can't do anything. Then when it comes to the government, they're like, what's the difference, right? Well, we'll get in more detail with that, but there's a plan. 47 states call on Betsy DeVos to forgive student loans for disabled veterans. Maybe that's a good place to start. But first, let's take a look at what's going on with Burger King. And before we do that, pop over to timcast.com/donate if you want to support my work. Monthly donations through PayPal, cryptocurrency, physical address. But of course, just share the video, like and subscribe, or comment, because the engagement really helps. But let's get back to the news. Imagine having Burger King pay off some of your student loans. Well, it's happening. On Thursday, the burger chain announced that it's helping select graduates pay off their debt through a new program called Whopper Loans. To qualify for a chance to have your loans covered by Burger King, you have to download the Burger King app, make a purchase, and enter your monthly debt repayment amount. Then you just sit and wait to find out if the fast food company is going to cover your loans. For real, though, we're trying to pay off those loans. No, you're not, Burger King tweeted after teasing people on Twitter just a day earlier with random payments using Cash App. Twice a week, Burger King will award prizes up to $500 to 150 people. Around June 13th, the burger chain will award one grand prize graduate from the pool of selected participants of up to $100,000 towards their loan balance. Potential prize winners will be notified by phone or email. For people who don't want to or can't afford to make a digital purchase to qualify, Burger King says you can mail in your contact information. So let's stop. Burger King, I tweeted about this. This is the hell world we live in, where an international cheeseburger chain tries to pander to millennials by promising to reduce potentially some of your indentured servitude if you only buy one of their cheeseburgers. And think about it. How much money are they going to make off of 88,000 responses may have come in from graduates, they say. 88,000. Each buying, a $2 cheeseburger? And now they're going to give away a couple $100,000. Yeah, they're expecting to make money off of this. And the student loan saying student loans is just buzz to target millennials, young people who are in debt. I think that's gross. Let's not forget Burger King UK dancing around the milkshake thing, encouraging political violence. Sam Harris made a really good point where he said the milkshake thing is worse than people realize. If you're not familiar, there have been people associated with like right-wing politics who have been hit with milkshakes. And Sam Harris points out what they're really doing is telling you are vulnerable to worse things, right? Showing the vulnerabilities in your security to let you know you are not safe. That's actually really, really dangerous because they haven't been able to stop the milkshakes. It keeps happening. What happens if someone comes up and wants to do something a bit more dangerous? Acid, for instance. That's a big problem in the UK, so it's freaky. It is. And Burger King UK came out, was like, hey, we're selling milkshakes, even though the police said please don't. So Burger King, no, I'm not buying it for a second. I am sitting at $60,000 in loans. I graduate Saturday, so help me out, tweeted one Twitter user. Pay off my loans and I'll never eat McDonald's again. Please help, writes Mo Cheeks, who shared a student loan account summary. The current balance was $243,000. Good Lord! Look, the reason I believe we need some kind of forgiveness plan, again, I don't think we should just pay off their loans. I think we should freeze interest or something like that. And this dude's paying $2,000 a month in loans. Think about what some woman. Think about what her politics are going to be when she already gives everything away. She's working and giving most of her money away. Now, sure, she's the one who chose to do these loans, right? But think about it. Young people don't know what they're doing. You got some 17, 18-year-old, and all of a sudden a bunch of adults are like, trust us, this is the way you do it. You'll be fine. You'll get out of college with a great job, make more money than everyone else. They do it, and now they're indentured servants. And they look at people like me, people who dropped out of high school, who are doing great. And they get angry, right? They don't like it. So what can we do to stop people from voting for far left policies? Well, we have to alleviate this. Think about it this way. Imagine if that $2,000 was in her pocket every month. Do you think she'd want to give it up to the government? No. The problem is because they're already giving away massive portions of their income, they have no problem giving massive portions of their income to the government. But once you put that money in their pocket, then they're going to say, wait. Why is the government taking my money? So imagine this. Imagine these people finally get their loans paid off. They finally get the loans or frozen. And now they're like, oh my God, I have disposable income. And then Uncle Sam walks up and says, hey there, how about you give that money straight to me because now you've got more income. They're going to go, whoa. I finally got money. That's why I think student loans are a huge problem. It's also a big problem because young people can't buy houses, which means the housing market's going to take another hit, which is going to be devastating for the global economy. It means they're not getting married, not having families, they're not buying. It's bad for the economy. Student loans was a huge mistake. I don't like the idea, this person spent this money. Not necessarily, right? They've accrued $22,000 in interest, but they spent this money. They went to school, they lived off that money. I don't like the idea that they could do that for free. However, I recognize that I'm going to set my emotions aside and try and figure out a real solution to this problem. And maybe giving some of these young people a taste of disposable income will mean they don't want to give it up. I could be wrong. Maybe you should talk to an economist and a psychologist to figure out how people will respond. But that's at least my opinion on the matter. So Burger King, sure. Burger King was sending people cash. God, it's so dumb. I do not like Burger King. I'm never going to eat Burger King again for various reasons, mostly because it makes me sick. But sure. But let's pop over to this other story. And let me ask this question before we read into it. Do you think we should forgive the student loans for disabled veterans? Now, a lot of people who have joined the armed forces get the GI Bill, I believe it's called, so you get your college paid for. I don't exactly know how it works, but something like that. Should we forgive student loans for disabled veterans? I think so. I definitely think so. But it depends on what form that takes. Like, obviously, I said we got to do something about the student loan crisis in general, but I definitely think disabled veterans should be to the front of the line. There's probably another group that maybe deserves it to be in front, or I don't know. The point is, disabled veterans of all people, I think deserve to have their student loans forgiven in whatever capacity. So let's read this. On Friday, 3 days before Memorial Day, attorneys general for 47 states wrote to Education Secretary Betsy DeVos asking her to automatically forgive student loans for eligible disabled veterans. The Department of Education has identified more than 42,000 veterans who qualify for a federal program known as Total and Permanent Disability Discharge, or TPD, that offers to relieve borrowers from repaying certain government student loans. These veterans, the letter says, shoulder over $1 billion in education debt that could be forgiven. To get the benefit, veterans must first apply for the program, according to information obtained by the group, Veterans Education Success, through a Freedom of Information Act request. Almost 60% of eligible veterans had defaulted on a loan payment as of April 2018, yet only about 20% had applied to the loan forgiveness program. So here's what I'm going to say, man. I understand not every disabled veteran is in a wheelchair, right? Not every disabled veteran is totally disabled. Again, I'm not entirely familiar how it works, but there's like percentages of disability. So there's probably some people who have maybe, screwed up hand, they can't work for whatever reason, chronic fatigue. There's a lot of issues that people can get from, being in the armed forces. But I kind of feel like if you've got disabled veterans defaulting on their loans, I kind of think that we should help them out, hook them up, of all people. Is there a different group that deserves it more? I don't know. But reading the story, I kind of feel like, yeah, why don't we do that? But let me know what you think. No, seriously, comment below. Let's wrap up on this story. They say in their letter to DeVos, the Attorney General dismissed the department's concern about increasing borrowers' tax bill. Federal tax law now excludes loan discharges for disabled borrowers from taxable income, and most states' tax codes do likewise. Moreover, we think it likely that most borrowers would prefer to have 100% of their outstanding loans discharged, even if this resulted in an increase to their state tax bill. The letter from the attorneys general follows at least two other similar letters that Republican and Democratic members of Congress sent to DeVos last year. Hey, we got bipartisan support. So I'll say this. Burger King, you're playing a dumb game. You don't really care about loans. You're literally just doing a sweepstakes, and you're using loans to manipulate young people who are stressed out about having massive debt. Okay? So Burger King, get out. If you're going to give money away, sure, fine, I guess. But they're just trying to get you to buy cheeseburgers, and most of you will buy a cheeseburger and get nothing. When it comes to forgiving disabled veterans, I recognize there's a lot that goes into the economics of this. So I don't know exactly what the appropriate means of doing it is. I do think we need to solve this problem. We have a massive bubble, and it's going to get bad. If young people aren't getting married, and they're not buying houses, and they can't afford to do so, we need to figure this problem out. And I think conservatives would agree. I could be wrong, but I hear a lot of people talk about why aren't young people getting married anymore, and there's all of these problems with no relationships, no kids, not buying cars, not buying homes, and I'm like, this is one of the biggest problems. They're permanently children stuck under this debt. Again, I don't like the idea of giving people free money and then being like, great, now your responsibility is absolved. That's why I think maybe freezing interest or something would be the appropriate means. But I'll end by saying, what do you think? If there's any group, should it be disabled veterans? I kind of think so. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. More segments to come in a little bit, and I will see you in the next bit.